acknowledging the traditional territories of Indigenous peoples and their commitment to the stewardship of the land. We acknowledge the communities in Circle, the north, west, south, and eastern directions, and Haudenosaunee, Huron-Wendat, Anishinaabe, Seneca, Chippewa, and the Mississauga of the Credit peoples. We share the responsibility with the caretakers of this land to ensure that the dish is never empty, and to restore relationships that are based on peace, friendship, and trust. We here at the City of Markham are committed to reconciliation, partnership, and enhanced understanding. And members of council, before we begin with our regular agenda, I just wanted to take a moment, as we're all still feeling the pain and great loss of our former colleague, former councillor, Khalid Usman, who was a dedicated public servant, an extraordinary humanitarian, and an acclaimed business professional. Our community has lost a giant, a loyal friend to many, and a legend here at home, across Canada, Pakistan, and around the world. Khalid Usman lived a stellar life, and his contributions rippled outward from his proud Pakistani heritage and Muslim faith, to public office in Markham, to his remarkable philanthropic endeavors and a distinguished business career. He forged an unwavering commitment to public service and community building for nearly 25 years. To me, he was also a respected colleague, a trusted advisor, and a close friend. We've lost a man of noble character with incredible spirit of generosity. His humility and sense of humor endeared him to everyone he met. And as everyone knows, his smile was his calling card. He packed so much into one life and never thought twice about giving of himself, his time, and his resources. The council and staff at the City of Markham had the privilege of working closely with Khalid for 14 years as Ward 7 councillor. He was a valued member of council who chaired various committees, including the Finance Committee, General Committee, Transportation Committee, Committee of Adjustment, and co-chaired the Canada Day celebration and the Milliken Mills Children Festival. In addition, he served as vice chair of Markham's Economic Development and Budget Committees and a director of Destination Markham and the Markham District Energy Corporation, where he also served as chair of their Finance Committee. Khalid helped guide the Ani Community Center and 2 new cricket grounds, along with the development of a major park in Milliken Mills called Celebration Park. He also served on numerous committees, including the Achievement and Civic Recognition Committee, the Box Grove Secondary Plan, the Innovation Synergy Center, Markham 2000 Committee, Advisory Committee on Accessibility, the Markham Mayor's Youth Council. I don't know how he got on that one, but he managed to get on that one. Milliken on the Move Steering Committee, Public Art Policy Steering Committee, Race Relations Committee, and the Markham Theatre Board. Adding up all the committees he served here alone was over 60 committees during his tenure. Incredible contribution. He also served on the boards of many organizations, including the Markham Stouffville Hospital Board, the Markham Board of Trade Board, and the Canadian Federation of Intercultural Friendship. Khalid retired from Markham Council in November of 2022, but he didn't slow down. Khalid's Muslim faith was a call to action. His leadership and dedication led to the establishment of 2 mosques in the city of Markham and was the foundation of his extensive charitable initiatives. Through his dedication, passion, and volunteer contributions, he positively impacted schools, hospitals, and numerous non-for-profit organizations, including the Unionville Home Society Residence for Seniors and the International Development and Relief Foundation. As chair of the fundraising committee of Canadians of Pakistani origin in Markham, he raised more than $3 million for the Markham Stouffville Hospital Foundation and supported fundraising efforts for York University's Markham campus. In fact, just the week before he passed away, he was set to take on and help out Markhaven Seniors Home. In addition to local fundraising, he raised an additional $16 million for other global charities. During the earthquake in Pakistan in 2005, when more than 100,000 lives were lost and 3 million people rendered homeless, Khalid Usman helped raise a record $1.2 million in one evening. After meeting with former Prime Minister Paul Martin, the federal government matched these donations and enlisted DART, a military team specializing in field hospital and water purification systems. His support for communities affected by natural disasters spanned the globe by raising more than $50,000 after the Japanese earthquake and tsunami, $220,000 following the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. As an immigrant from Peshawar, Pakistan, Khalid built a professional career as a chartered accountant. Since starting in 1975, he developed a professional reputation which eventually led to the establishment of his own accounting firm. And in 2009, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Ontario conferred their most prestigious designation, FCA, Fellow of the Institute, for his outstanding career achievements and significant contributions to the community and to the profession. He also served as a director and secretary for the York Region District Chartered Accountants Association and the Toronto Chartered Accountants Association, as well as being the past president of the Ontario Society of Pakistani Professionals and Academics. Khalid was recognized with many awards. He received the Medal of Good Citizenship from the Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, the Governor General's Caring Canadian Award, and the Tamagat from the President of Pakistan. He was also the recipient of the Mayor's Senior Hall of Fame Award. And by the way, you get that award for the work after you are, qualify as a senior. So incredible that he also got that in 2016. And in 2011, he received the Humanitarian of the Year Award from the Canada-Pakistan Business Council. He was also the recipient of the prestigious Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal. In November of 2025, it was an honor for me to nominate and present Khalid with the Anthony Roman Award at the Markham Board of Trade Business Excellence Awards. And if anyone knows, Tony Roman was a personal mentor of mine, so it meant a lot for me to be able to present that to another mentor. We thank him for helping us build a beautiful, vibrant, and inclusive community. Most of all, he generally cared about people close to home and people who lived on the other side of the world all mattered to him. Khalid was a rare leader who inspired everyone around him to be their best and to do their best. His legacy can be summed up in his own words. Awards aren't important. We're one humanity. We need to work together to show tolerance and respect to each other. We are of different creeds and colors, and we can all live in peace and harmony. I have to tell you a personal story. We were just recently out in Edmonton and got into the taxi after landing at the airport. So I guess the taxi driver had met a few other politicians because the Federation of Canadian Municipalities was held in Edmonton. And he said, "Are you with that conference?" I said, "Yes, I am." And I rarely don't tell people who I am, but I said, so when he asked, he said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Well, I'm the mayor of the city of Markham." "Oh, have you ever heard of Khalid Usman?" Well, yeah, we have heard of Khalid Usman, and he just told me a wonderful story that he had met Khalid many, many years ago, and this gentleman was actually contemplating going back to Pakistan, and Khalid Usman convinced him to stay, and he said that thankfully I listened to him. All my kids have a great education, and he went through all of his kids and described what they were doing. So truly, Khalid was a force of nature. And as someone who has been in the mayor's chair for almost 22 years, I can honestly say that I think Khalid was probably the best non-elected mayor this city ever had, because he cared about everyone here in this organization. He was involved in every corner of the city. He was involved in helping causes around the world. And I know that his loss is being felt around the world. And so on behalf of the city of Markham, on behalf of all of you, and certainly everyone who lives and works here in this wonderful city, I offer my deepest condolence to Khalid's beloved wife, Dr. Abida Usman, his dear children, Hina, Rabia, and Maria, and his cherished grandchildren and his extended family. And actually, Hina, thank you so much for coming by today and being able to be present in our council chamber as we salute your father, an incredible humanitarian.
Thank you. It's kismet that, yeah, I just got the message. Thank you.
He will be sadly missed, but will forever live in our hearts. And here at the city of Markham, we lowered the flags in his honor for everything he did for the city of Markham and beyond. And now if you could join me in a moment of silence, remembering this incredible Canadian and a proud resident of Markham, a proud business owner in Markham, and an ambassador for our city. Thank you very much. You know, our heads were bowed, most of us. I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. Can we just look at those pictures one more time? Because I think they said it all. Thank you for putting those pictures together. great example to all of us. So members of council, we do have to move on to the other business on today's agenda. And would ask, is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest? If you recognize that you have one at some point, you can certainly indicate it at that time. We have the council minutes of May the 26th, moved by Councillor Issa Lee, seconded by Councillor Irish. Any questions?